We'll call the regular meeting of New Ulm Economic Development Authority for Tuesday, April 9th at 8 p.m. or 8 a.m. to order. First item on the agenda is roll call. We do have a quorum. Item number 2 is public hearing on the 2019 Public Housing Administration Annual Plan. Heather.
Right, good morning. We reviewed the draft annual plan at the last meeting, and now today we'll have a public hearing if there's any public comment on the plan. The only policy change to speak of is we are recommending increasing the minimum rent for the public housing program from $25 to $50. So that would be a policy change. That if the public has any comment.
Anybody like to be heard? Eric's got nothing to say. Okay.
I'll offer a resolution, waive the reading, closing the public hearing and approving the 2019 PHA Annual Plan for the Public Housing and Section 8 Housing Choice Voucher Programs.
I'll second.
We have a motion and a second to offer the resolution, waive the reading. Any more discussion? Seeing none. Heather, please call the roll.
All right, Commissioner Brum?
Yes.
Commissioner Fix?
Yes.
Commissioner Yanni?
Yes.
Commissioner Schultz?
Yes.
Commissioner Schwartz?
Yes.
And President Schmitz.
Yes, motion carries. Item number 3, administrative activities for March of 2019. Heather.
All right, you have all received the report in your agenda packet. Just note a few items under the EDA report. Just wanted to note that we did offer a landlord workshop in partnership with Southern Minnesota Regional Legal Services. We offered that last year as well, and we had 70 landlords attend. So we offered it again.
What's the numbers?
Last year we had 70. The room fit 70, and we filled, and we were
70,
turning
not
people
17.
away. 70.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
And so we offered it again this year because it was very popular last year. This year we had about half that attend, but we asked if anyone was a repeat attendee, and only a handful raised their hands. So the majority of the people that attended this year were new. So we do plan to continue offering that on an annual basis as long as we have landlords interested in it. Kind of can come and ask the lawyer some questions and get a little bit of free legal advice, so it seems to be popular with the local landlords. We do send letters out to all of the landlords that are registered with the city that they have rental properties, so they are all aware, and we do a press release as well. In addition, we offered a meeting for the licensed family child care providers in the area, and the group did want to continue meeting on a monthly basis, so we have another meeting set up this week. And it's just a time for them to network and talk about kind of hot topics in their profession, and just network and share ideas. So hopefully that'll be something that continues. The county also approached me about hosting a meeting. They would like to do a recruitment drive for people that maybe are thinking about going into child care but don't really know how to get started. And I've told them I was willing to host that. They're just, they haven't gotten back to me with a date yet. So that'll be coming up as well.
Somebody from the chamber might be getting in touch with you too, because I dropped your name about this daycare group, and they're very interested from an employer's perspective.
Great.
So.
Okay. Under the Property Rehabilitation Loan Program report, just wanted to note 2 loans were approved in March. Both loans were in the amount of $25,000 and did not need board approval. We have another application for a loan in the amount of $50,000 that is on the agenda for approval later in the agenda. Those were the only items I wanted to point out in the report. If there's any questions on anything, I'll take those.
Back to the landlord question, Heather. How many landlords do we have?
About 300
Really?
in New Ulm.
Okay.
Mhm.
Just curious. Thank you.
300 different?
Mhm.
Really?
Well,
Any more questions for Heather? Not entertain a motion?
I'll make,
I'll offer a motion to accept the Economic Development Authority administrative activities for the month of March 2019.
and I will second.
We have a motion and a second. Any more discussion? Seeing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, no. Motion carries. Item number 4, Section 8 Housing Choice Voucher Administrative Plan. Heather.
All right, so I presented you with the red line draft of the Section 8 Administrative Plan at the last meeting for your review, and I'm sure you all read through the whole thing page by page. It's how many? 400, 500 pages long. It has not been updated since 2011, so it was very overdue for updates, and there were, if you glance through, there were a lot of red line changes throughout. There were no major policy changes. It was mainly getting up to date with current laws and federal notices throughout the policy. So I do have the final version attached to this agenda. So you can see it without the red lines, and we are looking to adopt that today.
I'll offer a resolution, waive the reading, adopting the Section 8 Housing Choice Voucher Admin Plan.
Second.
We have a motion and a second to offer the resolution, waive the reading. Any more discussion? Seeing none? Heather, please call the roll.
All right, Commissioner Brum?
Yes.
Commissioner Fix?
Yes.
Commissioner Yanni?
Yes.
Commissioner Schultz?
Yes.
Commissioner Schwartz?
Yes.
President Schmitz?
Yes, motion carries. Item number 5, Broadway House Pneumatic Replacement Program.
All right. This project came to my attention through our maintenance technician. Recently, we had to have some of the thermostats in the, I think it was 4 apartments. We had to replace the thermostats, valves, and the tubing. It's just aging and becoming deteriorated. And so as a result of that, we went ahead and got a quote to do the rest of the building. And I am proposing this as a capital fund project. The quote came in with an estimated project cost of around $30,000. And we do have funding remaining in the 2017 capital fund grant. And that what's remaining in that grant is about $32,000 roughly, does need to be obligated by July of this year. So I am looking for projects to get that money spent before the deadline. And I think this is a good candidate for a project.
I'll move it.
I'll second.
We have a motion and a second. Any more discussion? Seeing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, no. Motion carries. Item number 5, EDA April 9th, 2019 claims.
Okay, and again, just updating the policy book for the public housing program, admissions and continued occupancy policy, or ACOP. This policy hasn't been updated since 2010. Same thing with the Section 8 program, getting it up to date with current laws and federal notices. This policy does include the policy change to increase the minimum rent to $50 that we just approved with the 2019 annual plan. Are there any questions on any of the changes?
Anybody have any questions?
I'll offer the resolution, waive the reading, adopting the public housing admissions and continue occupancy policy.
I'll second.
We have a motion and a second to offer the resolution, waive the reading. Any more discussion? Seeing none, Finance Director, please, Heather, please call the roll.
Commissioner Brum?
Yes.
Commissioner Fix?
Yes.
Commissioner Yanni?
Yes.
Commissioner Schultz?
Yes.
Commissioner Schwartz?
Yes.
President Schmitz?
Yes, motion carries. Item number 6, Rehab Loan for Vaharoslee Incorporated, LLC.
We missed
I think we skipped
5.3.
payment
5.3.
claims.
Did I go, huh?
Yeah, you missed
Let's
Did I
do
skip one
5.3.
already?
5.3.
5.3, there we go. I was looking at it.
That's the important part.
EDA claims?
Yep.
There we go, for 2019.
I'll move it.
I'll second.
We have a motion and a second. Any discussion? Seeing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, no. Motion carries. Now we'll go back to number 6. Rehab loan. There we go.
All right. This loan is for $50,000 for a project located at 5 North Minnesota Street. The project's we'll have rehab for electrical, plumbing, HVAC, floor, and adding a bathroom. And if there's money left over, they're looking at possibly doing a facade improvement as well to the project. Total cost is $125. Alliance Bank is going to finance the project, and so Alliance will finance 75, and we'll finance 50, so they meet or exceed the guidelines of the 1-to-1 match. The conditions for the loan, the property owner shall sign a promissory and mortgage note. The owner shall provide personal guarantee for the note. Alliance Bank shall provide copy of the lien waivers. And at closing, the borrower will pay all costs associated with the loan transaction. I feel that we should approve, or EDA should approve this loan, as it's improving a building downtown and filling an empty storefront.
Thank you. Any questions?
Looks good. I'll approve the motion.
I'll second it.
We have a motion and a second. Any more discussion? Seeing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, no. Motion carries. Item number 7, approve Garden Terrace LED lighting project and authorize staff to solicit bids. Heather?
Right. We recently did an LED lighting conversion at the Broadway House Apartments, and I've had 3 months of utility bills since that project to compare to last year, and in those 3 months, I've seen a savings of about $800 already as compared to last year. I think we did estimate around a 3-year payoff on that project, so I went ahead and got quotes to do the same over at Garden Terrace, and they indicated, and I don't think I included that on the report, but this had around a 2 to 2.5 year payoff.
Yeah, you have it on here.
Oh, I do, okay. I'm not seeing
It's
it.
less than 2-year payback.
Oh, yeah, I see it now. Oh, less than a 2-year payback. I thought it was a little longer than that, but. The project is estimated to cost around $30,000. Garden Terrace has sufficient cash reserves to pay for the project. Also note that the estimated rebate from PUC is about $4,600 that we would get back, so that helps with the cost of the project as well.
So the only thing it looks like you're not including is the actual apartments.
Right.
And why would that be?
Did they pay their own utility bills?
They do.
Still.
We could look at that. I know at Broadway House we didn't include the apartments because we had done a kitchen and bathroom upgrade project already where we had converted lights, so it wasn't necessary. I guess I didn't check what they have in the apartments over there, but I could, and if it's necessary to include the apartments, we could always add that before we go out for bids. It's a
Yeah,
good
maybe that could be
question.
a second part of a bid, then if we decide, let's just do the whole thing, we could. Otherwise, if it's too cost prohibitive, we could just do what you have listed here. Depending on what
I
the
can
rest
check
of you
into
think.
that.
And if we're upgrading, why not upgrade the whole building?
Right.
I'm sure the tenants would appreciate lower utility rates.
Yeah, I'll check in to see what kind of lighting they have in the apartments.
Well, could it be a cost-sharing thing because they're tenants and they're responsible for their own, within the confines of their own apartment, right, the lights that they put in? But I mean, if we buy in bulk, is there a savings to do that we could, and then with the rebate, potentially make it cost-effective if they wanted to participate in upgrading, or?
I think that would be difficult.
You have to do all or nothing, don't you, I think?
Huh?
I think you
I
gotta do
don't-
all or
yeah.
nothing.
I think to get them to participate would be pretty hard to do.
Yeah.
Be-
Some will, some won't.
Yeah, it really has no advantage. It isn't like it's their own home. They're just renting. I think it'd be up to the landlord like ourselves if we want to do it.
Yeah, and in the apartments, it would just be the permanent light fixtures that are part of the property. It wouldn't be their own personal lamps,
Right.
kind of thing. So I would think it would be our responsibility because it's our building.
And they probably can, the different floor plans, was there 3 different floor plans? And can easily configure that price, I would assume. It'd just be so much times X number of apartments.
Yeah.
And as you stated, LED light bulbs and stuff for lamps and stuff are relative reasonable, so.
Yeah, that would be the tenant responsibility if they wanted to buy LED bulbs to save on their utility bill and.
Okay. So I will, let's see, what do we got for a motion here? I'll approve the motion that we solicit bids as discussed.
I'll second.
We have a motion and a second. Any more discussion? Seeing none? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, no. Motion carries. Item number 7.2, Garden Terrace Apartment Landscaping. Heather?
All right, this is a project we've been talking about for quite some time, and we've tried to solicit bids in the past and just had trouble getting those. So what I did is I met with the city's engineering department, and they helped me create a design for the project, and then we went out for bids with that design. And I'd like to thank the engineering department for their help putting that together for me. That was very helpful to me. The project includes removing and replacing 4 trees, removing and replacing shrubs and perennials in the retaining wall area near Garden and Oak Street. And also there are 2 areas of lawn where the soil conditions aren't great. It's real gravelly, so it's kind of a dead spot, a couple dead spots in the lawn, where we'd have them actually dig out that bad soil, bring in good soil, and put grass seed down just to improve the lawn in those 2 areas. But the major, the bulk of the project is this retaining area. And you can see the design is attached that engineering came up with for us. So we went out for bids. We did receive 3 proposals. You can see them listed. River Creek Nursery came in at about half of the cost of the other 2. I called them to, have them check their numbers, and they were comfortable with their quote. So I said, all right, sounds good to me.
I think it looks great, the plan, so.
And again, Garden Terrace has the cash reserves to pay for the project. And I think it'll really improve the property. That corner needs a little love.
Would that take place this spring then, or summer?
As soon as they're able to.
After the snowstorm.
Okay.
When the snow melts.
With Minnesota, you never know.
Well, I'll make a motion to approve the bid for Garden Terrace landscaping improvements to River Creek Nursery in the amount of $17,732.
Second that.
We have a motion and a second. Any more discussion? Seeing none? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, no. Motion carries. Item number 8, Economic Development Director, Assistant City Manager, Activity Report. Chris?
A couple things to note, working with Black Frost Properties on the New Ulm Wholesale Building for potential incentives to get their operation up and running. It might be looking along the lines of a loan with deferred payment for about 3 years. That's how long it'll kind of take them to get up and running. And that'll be coming before the board as the city doesn't have funding in their revolving loan fund, so I'll be asking the board for about $250,000, so that'll be coming up within the year. And then looking at possible land acquisition for a business expansion out at the airport industrial park. Business is looking to expand. We have come to terms on a price, but we're negotiating with them to make sure that they want to expand and they still want the land. If they don't, then we won't move forward with it. So sometime this week I'll be meeting with them.
Chris, that would be the first business to locate out in that park, is that correct?
No, well, DLC was essentially the first.
You said the airport.
Industrial park.
Okay, gotcha.
And then looking at finalizing the down payment assistance, getting a meeting together with the brokers and the loan reps. And once we get that meeting together, it would be open season for it to go out and available to the public. And it's coming at the right time as houses are coming onto the market. And then finally, working with potential developer on multifamily and single-family projects. So that would be the land right in front of Garden Terrace, looking at developing that into a multifamily housing project. And then the single-family lots that the EDA owns up in Milford Heights, they're looking at potentially developing those 9 lots as well. And we're meeting with them next week, so that'll be hopefully good news for us.
Sounds good. Thank you. Any questions?
I'll offer a motion to accept the Economic Development Director's report regarding activities during the month of March.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Any more discussion? Seeing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, no. Motion carries. With no more business, meeting adjourned.